Hello everyone, today we are having a look at Sushi Go. I'm quite sure that if you have any interest in board games, you've heard of that game before. So in this video we're gonna have a look what's inside like usual, quick go through the game, but it's gonna be a really quick review because we don't want to waste a lot of time on that one. It's a really lovely game for 2 to 5 players, age 8 or up. I guess you could play a bit earlier. As long as they have basic math skills, they will be able to play. It's a lovely game about sushi, and as you can see, we have a lot of cute art in it in a very Japanese style. So let's go have a look what's in the box and how the game plays. Okay, so inside the box, we've got 108 cards with different types of sushi, dumplings, sashimi, puddings, and wasabi, but I will cover all of them in a second, and a small leaflet with how to play. As you can notice, this one is in Chinese, but the rules are very easily available online, and after watching that video you will not really need to read them because hopefully you will know how to play the game after that. It's a very nice card drafting game which is very simple in its premise but really fun to play. So let's have a look how it plays. Okay, so how the game plays is that for a particular amount of people we deal certain amount of cards, and what happens then, each player chooses one card they want to keep in a traditional drafting mechanic. So let's say this time we want to keep wasabi. Same would happen for player 2, who would also decide to keep one card, and then the cards are passed to the next person. In the 2-player variant, obviously that means just a small exchange, but if you have 3 people you always pass your cards to the person on the left. So it keeps on going like that, and each player will get one card less and less and less. So we go like that till the cards end, and then we start to score the points. So let's have a look how each card works and how they score points for us. Okay, so let's start with Maki Roll. How this works that by the end of the round, when all of the players took all the cards, we have these symbols on the top. Each person counts the amount of Maki Rolls from the top of the card, and we have 3 cards with 3, 2 or 1. The person with most Maki Rolls gets 6 points, second person with most gets 3. Alright, looking at Tempura. Tempura works that if we have 2 cards we are given 5 points as indicated on the bottom. If we only have 1 card, that means we do not get any points because the set always has to be complete. Okay, Sashimi is another set where we have to collect certain amount of cards. Similarly to Tempura, for 3 cards of Sashimi we have a set which is worth 10 points. Again, if we take 1 card away, the cards are worth absolutely nothing. Our lovely sleepy dumplings are the only card where we want to have as much as possible, because depending on the amount of the dumplings we have by the end of the round, we will score points. So as over here, 1 dumpling would mean 1 point, 2 dumplings 3 points, 3 dumplings 6 points, 4 dumplings 10 points, and if we manage to get all 5 dumplings, of course there is far more over there, we will get 15 points. So in this case, on what we have on the screen, a player would score 6 points for the dumplings. Alright, time for nigiri. As you can see, we have egg nigiri, which gives us 1 point, salmon nigiri, which gives us 2 points, and squid nigiri, which gives us 3 points. Pretty much the cards give you points as stated, and there isn't much else to them. However, an important card over here is wasabi. If we have wasabi or nigiri on the table, so if we have one of the cards, the moment we take next cards, it applies next to it. So if, for example, I have, let's say, wasabi over here waiting for me, and the next card I decide to take from the draft will be nigiri, I'm going to do this. And what happens? Wasabi triples the points of the next nigiri taken. If, for example, I had salmon nigiri over here already, and I decide to take wasabi, it is not applied here, but it applies to next nigiri. So if my next nigiri would be egg nigiri, I would have 2 points for salmon nigiri and 3 for egg nigiri because of wasabi. Now, while most of the cards, pretty much all of them, score at the end of the round, which means when we take the last card, puddings are the only cards that actually stay till the end of the game, and the game ends after 3 rounds. After all 3 rounds, all players count the total numbers of puddings they have. For the person with most puddings by the end of the whole game, they get extra 6 points. Person with the least puddings, however, will get -6 points. So while puddings are not perhaps the best at scoring points, it is important to not leave them out completely, because we can end up getting minus points at the end of the game. The last card we are having a look at are chopsticks. How chopsticks work is that if we decide to keep them for ourselves, at any time later on in the game, what we can do is take the chopsticks back, put them back into the deck, into the cards we have, and take 2 cards instead. So in this scenario, I could put chopsticks back into the hand I've got and take 2 cards, and if I've managed to get salmon nigiri along with wasabi, automatically I would score 6 points. So chopsticks are really useful in the early game. However, if we are stuck with chopsticks by the end of the game, they are worth absolutely nothing, so make sure to use them fairly early. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our how to play / review of Sushi Go, the pick and pass card game. So as you can see, it's a very simple card drafting game where we keep 1 card each turn, pass the rest around, and try to collect sets of cards. So it is a very classic sort of game. I think this is one of the first ones that became a very big hit, possibly because of the theme. As you can see, the cards are really cute, they have a really nice art, and they are very colourful, so they have that visual attraction to it. People just look at the game and actually like the way it looks. Perhaps that's why people want to pick it up so eagerly. It's a really fun game, really simple to teach, very easy to play, and absolutely amazing on small parties or just meetings with friends. It's a game that you can play in 10 minutes, in 20 minutes you can play a couple of rounds. Quick, fast, requires very basic math skills, but other than that, it's a really nice game. Now, one thing I could tell you is that there are a few different versions of the game, and you might want to buy in the box, like I've got the cardboard one, you might buy one in the tin, and so on and so on. However, the price will vary, so you might find like this one for about an 8 or 10 quid on eBay, but you also might find the one in a metal tin for about 15 or 16 pounds, so the price might vary. If you manage to pick up the game cheap, definitely go for it, because it is a nice game that is worth having in your collection. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, remember to subscribe, and see you soon in another video.